Today I look like the hottest of hot messes. And I feel that way too. It's time to re-scrub my hair. Oh, don't drop this, Janelle. Okay, I'm gonna put some stuff on my lips. It's a late night, and it's like 1 a.m. Everybody's asleep. I took a nap and woke up, and I was gonna look at a little YouTube for a little bit and then go back down to bed. And then I was like, I haven't vlogged. It's been a rough couple of days. Let me do a little quick vlog while the house is asleep. What's today? Today is June 16th. Still haven't arched my eyebrows. So I'm feeling a certain kind of way. I feel very rough. So we'll call today Health Bed Vlog, Surviving the Roughness of It All. I am still beautiful, and like I'm not knocking any of that of myself, but healing is really messy, and that's really that is the biggest lesson I'm learning from this. Now, let me tell you what my doctor told me today. I'm just trying to, for aesthetic of my hair, because I like it looking a certain kind of way. Okay, I'm trying. I'm really trying. Okay, so I've had a rough weekend, family emergency. Things are fine now. I'm not going to go into details because it is family business, but it's not my business to tell on my YouTube channel. Just know prayer works. God is awesome. And the enemy ain't getting our kids. When I do have the permission to tell all that happened, I will. Now, for my health side of things, because we were going through a family emergency, the worry impacted my body physically. Monday, because everything ended Sunday night. Monday, a friend of mine texted me during the ordeal, because I told him, I said, I need you to pray. This is what's going on. And he said, okay, I'm praying, but I also need you to do me something too. I know you're worried. I know you're helping. I know you're praying as best you can from your hospital bed, but I need you to remember that you are still in recovery mode, so I need you to take care of your body. And right when I read the text, I realized I hadn't taken my pills that morning, because my focus was somewhere else. I had to free up some space. Okay, so after that, I realized, oh my God, the stress is impacting my physical. Even though I'm not out helping with everyone else, I'm here at my house, praying, responding to texts, reaching out. So Monday, I had to just tell my body, stay in the bed and sleep. And for someone like me, that is very hard, because I'm a mom. I have a 6-year-old. I'm off work right now, disability, but I do have a full-time job. So I'm used to my brain working at a certain capacity. And even if I'm not at work, I still am an entrepreneur. So there's some things I can't even put my hands on here in my house for my craft and my arts, because I'm healing. And it was like, Chanel, just lay down and go to sleep. And that was hard. Rest, for me, rest is hard. Monday I rested. Tuesday I had a lot of appointments online with my doctors, with my disability case manager, with my home health stuff, my physical therapist, and the whole weekend I've noticed, I'm starting to walk more on this walker. My leg, I'll sit up, I'll get in a wheelchair, I'll sit in a regular chair, and if I sit for an hour and start typing and getting some work done, my leg will start swelling. And I was saying to my mom, I said, now I'm supposed to be back at work within like 2 or 3 weeks. How am I going to do this at full capacity if my leg is still swelling? How am I going to do this at full capacity if every time I take a walk just to go to the bathroom or go to the kitchen and get something out of the fridge, or walk, I made myself walk outside on my patio. I still can't get down my staircase yet. And I got back and I was a little winded. And I said, how in the heck am I supposed to do this? My mom's like, why don't you email your doctors and ask them? This is why they're there. And so I did. My podiatrist said, at this point, you have a long recovery. You're going to have to exercise 3 to 4 times a day, daily, 3 to 4 times a day. And as far as the swelling, there's nothing you can do. For the next 8+ months, you're going to have swelling. That's par for the course, basically. But you're on the mend. Everything sounds good from what I explained to her. So I shared that with my mom. My mom was like, dang. And we both were saying dang because I'm supposed to be back at full capacity soon. And I'm like, how am I about to get through my warehouse? You know, my day job, for those who don't know, I work in HR at a warehouse. I work in the warehouse industry, but I work in the HR department. If anyone knows anything about warehouse works, and I'm over a lot of buildings, okay? If anybody knows anything about warehouse work, if anybody knows anything about what warehouses look like, and then you see my walker, my wheelchair, or my scooter, and the way my foot is, all my brain keeps thinking about is, how am I about to get through this warehouse? What is full capacity going to look like, and what is this long-term care going to look like? So, I found after I took another nap today, I started doing the rest of my exercises because I have a lot of regimens they've given me. I have an ankle regimen that I'm supposed to do. I have an arm regimen from my chair. And then I have exercises that I have to do from my seat. There's still some things I can't do standing. I'm still trying to coordinate the physical therapist. Hopefully, we'll have an appointment this week. We've been playing phone tag. There's been a lot of crazy stuff going on, and I don't know why. It's the hardest thing just to get a physical therapist out here. The last one from a different company had the nerve not to work with me. Would come in for 15 minutes, and they would say things like, well, once your cast is off, then we'll do something. And then come to find out, he told them that I refused service, and I didn't. A lot of medical issues with communication. I'm not going to mention race and things like that, but my mom and I both feel a certain kind of way about how that happened because my mom said, I've been literally in this hospital bed since March, and I have to move my body. And when I didn't move my body and I took the cast off, I went up those stairs for the first time and damn near, sorry for cursing, and darn near felt like I walked a football field and had a heart attack. And my mom feels that had my body been able to move properly, healthily. My concern is I am a large girl. I don't want to just jump on my scooter. That was before. Now I know how to use all my equipment. But before, I didn't. The first time we used that scooter, I said, if I fall and break this other leg, we're going to have a problem. And even my case manager was like, yeah, I've broken my leg, and I don't want, and what you're explaining is serious if you step wrong or don't do it based on the way your physical therapist teaches you. So he put a report in for me, and then we just got me a new company. So I don't know why it's so hard for my 40 plus, well, not 40 plus, I'm 40, my 40-year-old self getting a physical therapist, but I'm seeing with the home health market so far, I'm not liking some of the investigative things. I'm not liking some of the people putting words in my mouth saying that I refused something when I didn't. Even if I'm trying to schedule or if I have to reschedule something, they'll turn around and say that I refused when I did not refuse. That bothers me. Okay. Today I've been dealing with the things that bother me. That's really what's been happening with me. But overall, back to what my doctor was saying, this is going to be like an 8+ month thing. You're going to be dealing with your leg being swollen. But what's going to help you is your physical movement. Now, I've been doing little seat exercises. Sometimes I do specific stair exercises. Sometimes I go on YouTube and put on Kira Lachey, and anything that she's doing that's upper body that I can do from this bed, I do it. And I do like the way I feel afterwards. I actually walk a little bit better. So I said, all right, then I guess for 10 minutes for 3 days, three times a day for 10 minutes for my heart health and for my leg health, my behind is going to have to move more. I thought the walking was the moving, but I guess not. I stumbled on someone's video. I'm always watching the little weight loss videos and different things, just trying to hear people's stories. And the girl whose video I was watching, I can't think of her name right now, and I feel very bad. But the point that I'm making is she broke her leg the same way. And she said, during her recovery, at the end, when they took the cast off, she had to put exercise into her regimen because that's the only way she could get her body back to somewhat form of normalcy. If you've ever been bedridden or non-ambulatory, you do lose your muscle strength, and it does not feel good. And I may be a big girl, but I can walk. I've always been a walker because I was a dancer for the first 10 years of my life, and a cheerleader. So I was always physically active, no matter what size I was. Yes, this last 6 months has been hell for my body, even before the breaking of the leg. But I still was physical. I could still move. I could still perform. I could still do things. Maybe not the capacity I could do when I was smaller, but this new normal is pissing me off. That's the word. Sorry, I'm not jolly today. Like I said, healing is messy. Today I'm not jolly because I don't like not being able to use my body. I don't like having to, every time I'm about to get up, I have to mentally calculate both. It's not so much pain as the uncomfortability, because my doctor says it's not so much that you're in pain. You should not be in pain in this season, but there is going to be uncomfortability. So don't think that you're going to be absent of uncomfort. So if my leg is swollen, it hurts to walk. Now my walker provides a lot of relief. I like to walk without the walker, even though I'm not fast. I actually still have that little hop that my mom was talking about. I'll try to have somebody film the hop. It is a little weird. Even I noticed it today, and I said, "Ooh, this is not cute." But and I told myself maybe you should use that walker until you built more strength to walk normally with the foot, because I actually did develop a little hop. It's like I have to step, and then I have to grab onto something and kind of hop, and it's not cute. It is not cute. But when I'm with the walker, I can kind of, it's not so much that I can take off, I can't, but I'm noticing I do move a little faster. But as soon as that walker's gone, I'm toast. So I'm gonna have to build up this regimen. But after I exercised, I felt good. Before I exercised, I felt helpless. That's really the only way I can explain it. If you know Chanel, you know that I am the kind of person, I'm a true Sagittarius. I heard somebody say this earlier on the Sagittarius podcast, where they said, we are loyal, but we love our space. And it is very true. I am loyal down to 110%. I will be right there with you, but I also like my space. I like when I had a car, I like getting in my car and doing what I got to do. I like my own money and my own If I want to go see a movie, I will go find it and go by myself and enjoy myself. If there's something I want to eat, I will take myself to dinner and go eat by myself. That's just how I've always been. And being in this position where I have to wait hand and foot on everything is driving me crazy. I'm not insane. Don't think that. But this is hard. This is very humbling. And I think that's why I avoided doing my health bed vlogs the last couple of days, because I've been really feeling the fullness of it. I'm in this hospital bed. I just ordered a new bed for my room because my son and I, we had a bunk bed set up. I'm living a minimalist lifestyle. And now I've got to get a regular bed again. I'm a little upset about that because now my room is going to take up all this room and all this space in my room because I like my space. Before this happened, I had financial plans. I had plans to get some things cleaned up with my finances because next year I want to finally buy this house so my family and I can stop apartment living and have more space. And then when we get to the 3 and 2 or the 4 and 2 or whatever it is I find out here, I was going to build something in the backyard so everybody has their own space. And even though this foot injury is a divine delay because it led us to the blocked heart and it led us to some of the other things that I need to nip in the bud so I can still be here past this decade of 40. I'm having a moment. Don't tell me no. No, I'm just playing. I'm grateful for the divine delays, but I'm struggling in the midst of it. I'm sure tomorrow will be a better day. I'm sure in the next couple of days, as I continue the exercise aspects and when I finally do meet with the physical therapist, it'll get better. But today is hard. Today is rough, but I'm still here, and I'm still willing. That's the thing about me. That's another thing about me as Sagittarius. I'm loyal. I like my space, and no matter how hard it gets, I'm still willing. Let me just say that one more time. I'm loyal to a default. I like my space, and no matter how hard it gets, I'm still willing. My godmother said to me the day when we found out I had a little mini stroke, and I told her, and I said, this is not cute. I don't like this. I'm only 40. There's so many things I want to do with my life. It's not that I want to be married right now or anything, but I ain't never been married. What if I want to do that when I get a little older? I can't be having those strokes at 40 right now. This is not cute. And she said to me, you know you're a fighter. And when she said that, she goes, I'm not saying you start fights, but you're the kind of person when opposition comes, you're a fighter. You don't lay down. You don't lay down for anything. You fight. I said, you're right. You're absolutely right. That's who I've always been. And you fight to the victory. You make sure you get to the goal. And this is not your last moment. This is not unto death. The blessing is you survived it. So I needed that pep talk from my godmom. And even during this crazy emergency-filled weekend, my mom and I were discussing how, we both have our health things that we're dealing with the kind of life we've had. It's not that we've lived a hood life or some kind of dysfunctional life, but we are from Oakland, and we are from East Oakland, and we do have our street smarts. And we were having a discussion about don't let our sicknesses fool you. My mom's on the oxygen tank, and now I'm with the broke foot. And I said, Mom, I was telling her, I said, people need to recognize, don't mess with me, and don't mess with you. And my mom's like, yeah. She goes, this oxygen tank will get picked up. And I said, yeah, I'm going to find a way to pick up this walker. And me and whoever is going at it will both be there. And it was a testament to our willingness to fight. That's who I come from. My mama, so thank you, Janetta. I'm saying that's my mom. My mom's name is Janetta. She has a little channel called Chef Janetta. We're trying to get her to make more of her recipes, but she's been sick, so that's why she hasn't. But I got a lot of my mama in me, and that goes back to her daddy is J.D. Beaver. We both got a lot of J.D. Beaver in us, which is her dad is J.D. Beaver. He was born in 1918, and he didn't take no mess from anybody. He held down 3 jobs. Yeah, he had his ways, and no, we didn't like those ways, but when it came to the other side, the good parts about who he was, I could tell you some stories about my grandfather. I remember one time he went to work at Golden Gate Fields, and these guys thought they were going to rob an old man. Not only did they get arrested, but they were beat up really badly. He took out 2 people. So that's who I come from. So when I have these rough days, and when I have these moments of feeling like I'm about to fall all over the world and fall apart, I think about my lineage. And I can even go the other side too, on my dad's side. I'm a Wilson. And the Wilson side were very athletic, very team, and very go-getter, and very we're not going out with a fight. That's how my grandfather was, my namesake, Eugene Wilson. I say my namesake because I carry his name, and I'm his oldest grandchild, and my son looks just like him. And then my dad, all-American sport guy, and led a great career. But the point that I'm making is, I know what's within me. And these messy moments happen in our lives to show us who we really are. I swear when I look in the mirror, I'm having a new reflection look back at me. Not that I don't know who I am, but I'm relearning who I am. I'm relearning what Chanel J. Wilson means. And after the 2 crazy years we've been through with the pandemic, with some of the business relationships I had that didn't work out, and people trying to play me for a fool, and then me realizing, they're the ones who look like the fool because I ended up winning and still winning, but that's a whole nother story. I'm seeing that my intestinal fortitude is greater than what I thought it was. And even in this vlog, how I'm saying I don't like the way my body is feeling, but something within my spirit is saying it's going to be all right. There's so much more I can say, but I think that's what I'm going to leave it at today. So, until lions tell their tale, the story will only glorify the hunter. Just know that we are human, and In human life, it gets messy, and this is my messy period, but I'm still here, gosh dog it, and I'm not going out without a fight. I will light every foxtail, and I will run it through the crop, and I will rebuild. That's who I am, okay? For those who know the story of the foxtails, you'll understand. Well, I'll tell it real quick. It's not that long. And Samson was promised a wife, but the group of people who promised it was really a ruse. And he was excited about getting married. He was excited about being in love. And the people he was going to marry were actually the enemy to his tribe. And then later when he discovered that it was a ruse and that it really wasn't supposed to be marriage, he got angry because his heart was in it and he wanted to love. And what he did, he grabbed some foxes, lit their tails, and let them run through the enemy's crop. So even though the enemy meant it for bad to make fun of him, in his anger, but also in his foresight of you're not going to do me wrong, he destroyed the enemy's crop, and that later blessed his tribe. Sometimes in life we have like the foxtail moments, and we can't shadow box the fake fights, but sometimes we do have to end the enemy's crop so they can go feeding people wolf tickets anymore. Sometimes, in the times during slavery, slaves would light their slave masters' crops because they knew every time that crop produced, that benefited the slave master, but they kept the slaves in slavery. Sometimes we have to light the foxtails in our life and let the enemy's crop burn and stop working for the enemy and being loyal to that enemy and coming out victorious and standing for ourselves. Now, I know some people may hear this and be like, what the heck did you just say? It may make sense later on at 3 o'clock in the morning, but shadow boxing doesn't get us anywhere, but the real fight does. And I know for me right now, I'm in the real fight finally. It's the fight of, I don't know if you heard the phrase, take the knife to yourself. I'm not suicidal, so please don't think that. But it's taking an examination of yourself. That's what it is. And I'm taking an examination of my own intestinal fortitude. And I'm dealing with it. When my doctor said, oh, you have to exercise like 3 to 4 times a day. And the regimen I was given was do like 10-minute exercises 3 times a day. And that'll get you your 30 minutes of workout. And it's going to help you both with your foot and with your heart. I don't always like it, but I'm no longer shadowboxing either. So, seeds were planted in my life. People spoke things against me that were jealous. Yes, haters do hate, and haters do come to steal, kill, and destroy, and take from you. That's what they do. They'll try to take your whole darn business plan and then act like you're not the best, even though they're trying to live out your business plan without you. It's not going to work because you don't have my anointing or my expertise in the matter. But hey, go ahead and knock yourself out. But the whole point that I'm making is I can rebuild again. I can rebuild again. As long as there's breath in my body, as long as there's blood running through my veins. And the beautiful thing is I have a child, so I still have a legacy as well. But the point that I'm making is I'm still here, and the fight ain't going nowhere. I'll even share about my grandmother, my mom's mom. The last years of her life, she didn't have access to her body the way she used to. We were told she had Alzheimer's, but it actually was something else. So she was actually here, but still in her body. And the doctors would say that she was going to go, but she ended up living at least 10 years longer than when she said she was going to go. And what I saw with her as she endured the pain of what her body was going through, her spirit and mind were very strong. And I know it wasn't easy. Even what I'm going through right now, and I still have access to my cognitive and my physical, and I can still move, I'm reminded of her situation where she couldn't do those things. But even in that, I saw a strength, I saw a spiritual strength and a spiritual fight that I still don't understand to this day as a caregiver, because I've served in caregiving and served with the people. And even her doctors and nurses, they would say, most people, this would have taken them out, but I see you're still fighting. And you look in her eyes and there would be this, I'm still here. I may not be able to get the words out, but I'm still here. I'm grateful for her prayers. That's my grandmother, Leela Beaver. I'm so grateful for her prayers because her prayers, see, I'm going to cry. Her prayers are getting all of us through this season in our life, especially the emergency we happened over the weekend. I can't go into detail, like I said, but as the whole time we were enduring it, something in my spirit said, your grandmother's prayers have not left any of you. Y'all gonna all be okay. It's gonna be okay. And sure enough, it was. And sure enough, victory came. And sure enough, no one gave up and no one let go of faith. And we kept our baby. So the point that I'm making is, don't give up. Healing is messy. Remember what I said? I do these vlogs for myself so I can go back and watch them, so I can go back and hear the message. Because sometimes you do have to speak truth to power. Sometimes you got to write in the journal. Sometimes you got to record it and watch it. So I'm allowing you to be a part of this transparent witness right now. The camera will be the witness. But the point that I'm making is, make every decision and effort to overcome. Okay, I'm Chanel J. Wilson. I'm a multidisciplinary artist and author, a mom, entrepreneur, I work HR by day. And I'm going to be okay. I will be back for more. If I said something here that blessed you, please like, comment, and subscribe. And hopefully I will get back on the schedule of Monday, Wednesday, Friday of uploading. I'm trying to discipline myself with that. Some days are harder than the other, but we're going to get there. All right, have a good one. Bye.